aka the independent variable.
Y'all already know. Y'all already know what that beat drop means. That is anti-haul time. It's been a minute. It's definitely been a minute since I have done an anti-haul. Y'all have been asking for it. I've been trying to kind of branch out and do other videos, but they playing around with these makeup releases, so your girl's back. So first off, we have to bring ColorPop up to the altar. And y'all know this pains me because I am a ColorPop fanatic. Usually ColorPop releases something and I am right there on the yes train. But ColorPop is releasing these new eyeshadows that are called the Jelly Much eyeshadows. No, really, that's the name. Jelly Much. So they are saying that these are supposed to be the sister product to the Super Shock shadows. These are going to run you $8. They are coming out with 8 shades. These are packed with light reflecting 3D pearls for an intensely saturated look with chrome, duochrome, and holographic finishes. You're supposed to be able to get the look of wet eyeshadow without bringing out the brush and spray. I feel like this is one of those things that we don't need and we don't want. I personally have never been a fan of those jelly type of things. Like these remind me of what the Versali what is it, the Jelly Beam or something like that. I didn't like that. Like it was just a little too much, and the texture of these, from what I'm looking at it, this sort of reminds me of that same type of thing. It looks like it would be super messy, and they actually look really dull. Like I don't know if it's the picture, but I mean these are the pictures that they released, but it just looks really dull to me. And for them to throw in the words like monochrome or duochrome and holographic finish and intensely saturated, they're looking a little blah to me. I really kind of feel like maybe they just had like some leftover shadows that didn't sell, so they kind of just like crushed it up, added a little wet magic, and then bam, Jelly Much. I can't bring myself to get excited for these. Like I just cannot. I just can't. It's too messy. It's too much. I'm fine with wetting my eyeshadow with the little Fix Plus, with the little water, whatever your choice of saturation method is. This is just doing too much, and I feel like this is something that would just end up sitting, and then the next time you check for it, it'll probably be dried out. It's a no. So I have to tell you guys, I really don't know much about this person who is releasing this palette that I'm about to drag. Her name is Bella Thorne. Apparently she's an actress and also a musician. If she is your favorite actress or your favorite musician, I'm sorry, don't come for me for not knowing who she is. I just don't. But I was really surprised when I saw the picture of this eyeshadow palette that she's releasing. The palette is supposed to be called Filthy Fangs, or I think maybe her makeup line is called Filthy Fangs, and she did a sneak peek of the eyeshadow palette. Honestly, when I saw it, my first thought was, let me see what Juvia's Place about to put out here next. Is it just me? Like, I know I'm not the only one who thought this was a Juvia's Place palette. And y'all know, me and Juvia's Place have a little bit of a sketchy history. But for real, I seriously thought this was going to be another Juvia's Place release. Like, I was really surprised when they were like, no, this is Bella Thorne. So Natasha Denona has come out with another one of her mini eyeshadow palettes. I think this may be what, like her third or fourth one. She releases these little mini palettes. They give us 5 eyeshadows and they run for $48. And I do have 2 of her mini eyeshadow palettes. I did pick up the ones from last year's holiday collection. And I will say that I actually love those palettes. Like the pigmentation, the formula of those, like they are everything. But with that being said, her holiday eyeshadows were a different formula. I think like a new formula she was trying out, and they're supposedly different than her regular eyeshadows. and I actually have the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, and while I like that eyeshadow palette, I don't see anything special about her eyeshadows for that particular price. It's a really nice palette, don't get me wrong, but I just don't feel like it's worth that particular price point. Which now brings me to her mini eyeshadow palette. This one I want to say is called Camel, and it looks like you get 2 shimmer shades and 3 matte shades if I'm not mistaken. One, I'm just again kind of falling into that. I don't really know if 5 of her eyeshadows are worth $48, because really $48 is almost like a typical price for a higher end makeup brand such as like Urban Decay, Too Faced, you know, along those lines, where you're clearly going to get a lot more shadow. So I don't really know how I feel about the whole 5 for $48 thing. And number 2, I feel like the swatches of this eyeshadow palette, other than that one like glittery golden bronze shade, they all look super dull and boring and uninteresting. And this is coming from someone who loves a good neutral eyeshadow palette. I'm all about a good neutral look, something I can just kind of like pop on the eyes, be it for work or for an event or anything. And I'm just super like unimpressed. These look really dull. The swatches aren't doing anything. I mean, I get it, the name is Camel, so you're clearly gonna get like some really neutral tones, but these shadows ain't making me feel like going into my purse, pulling out my card, and paying $48 for them. I'm gonna tell you right now, all the Rihanna fans, the Rihanna Navy, don't do it. Don't try and come for me with what I'm about to say. Y'all know I love me some Fenty Beauty, okay? I love the Fenty Beauty line. I love the Fenty Beauty products. But this new highlighter that Rihanna has come out with, which is called Diamond Ball Out, it's supposed to be Trophy Wife's Silver Sister. Now this is supposed to be a limited edition shade. It is going to be $34. Now one thing I will say, I heard that all proceeds from this highlighter are going to go to a foundation that is called the CLF. And this foundation is supposed to support groundbreaking and effective education and emergency response programs around the world. So I definitely give kudos to that, because the proceeds are going to a good cause. But with that being said, this just kind of looks like a big eyeshadow. I love me some Riri. I love the fact that her brand came out with a lot of innovative things. This just ain't one. Like, I would not, I'm sorry, I would not pay $34, even though it's going for a good cause, just for this big silver eyeshadow that I know I'm not gonna use as a highlighter. Like, I'm just not. I don't know if maybe I'm just too boring, or maybe I'm too basic and I'm not that out of the box. And y'all know I love a good highlighter, but this silver eyeshadow is just not doing it for me. It just looks like once you blend it out, like if you do a good deep swatch, that's a pretty eyeshadow. But when you go to blend it out, I feel like it would just kind of be nothing but like a glitter trail left behind. And again, it's not something that I want to use on my face as a highlighter. And I don't wear silver like that on my eyes. So I really don't see the purpose of me purchasing this big silver eyeshadow. But again, I love the cause behind it. But it's going to have to be a no for me. Beautyblender decided to come out with a foundation that we did not ask for. They came out with 32 shades. I actually don't know how much the foundation costs, but if I can find it, I'll definitely leave it on the screen. And first things first, we have to address the shade range of this foundation. Now, I will definitely give them kudos for coming out with 32 shades. But of those 32 shades, majority of them look like cream beige wheat. Perhaps there may be a wheat thrown in there. Just like light to medium shades. And then you have a few deep sprinkled in there. and they all either look the same, they look super orange. Just like, why? I think this is one of those times where you just need to stick to what you're good at. You give us beauty blenders, your beauty blenders are amazing. But I just feel like this foundation, although it may be amazing, I can't even get past the shade range. And maybe it looks different in person than their promo pictures, but these are the pictures that they chose to release. So this is what I have to go by because I haven't seen it in stores. Three of those shades look orange and red as heck. And I keep telling people, deep does not mean orange. Deep does not mean red, okay? But yet you have these companies who keep giving us these super red or either super orange foundations, and it's really, really frustrating. And then I also don't care for the packaging. I feel like the packaging of this is super messy. I get it, y'all tried to be innovative, you tried to give us something different. I love the fact that you tried, but it didn't work. Like, it was just an epic fail. I'm just not, like, I'm not interested at all. Nothing about the shades in this make me want to try it. The packaging doesn't pique my interest enough to say, maybe I'll at least try it out for the packaging. Like, I'm just not impressed at all. Not to mention, I probably wouldn't find my shade. But if you're wheat, they probably got a shade in there for you. Alright guys, so that is it for this what I'm not gonna buy. I miss Kimberly Clark. For those of you who have been asking for an anti-haul, hopefully this one was enough to hold you over until the next one, because I don't know when the next one is going to be, but definitely let me know what you guys are thinking of the video. Let me know what you think of the products I showed, whether or not these are something that you picked up already, you plan on picking up, you're in line with me and you just know you're not going to spend your money on it. We want to know all that down below, so I definitely appreciate your feedback for that. As always, thank you guys so much for continuing to rock with me here on my channel. We are almost at 50K, and I cannot be more excited. As soon as I hit it, I definitely have a giveaway planned for you guys, so make sure you are subscribed because you don't want to miss out on that. And of course, anything else you want to tell me down below, because like I said, I love and appreciate your feedback. But until next time, bye YouTube.